Our sponsor, Gold Connections, tax preparation done in excellence. One thing that people don't like to do is play in any way with any of the alphabet agencies. That's a CIA, FBI, or the IRS. That's why it's so important for you to partner with a reliable, well-informed professional tax preparer. Worry less by leaving it to the experts, and Gold Connections are here to help you from personal to bookkeeping, even if you're self-employed. Barbers, hairstylists, truck drivers, daycare providers to nail techs, they have you covered too. And in all 50 states. So get your max refund today. Don't delay. Don't let this tax season overwhelm you. Trust Gold Connections to handle all your taxes with precision and care. Contact Gold Connections, GOLconnections.com. That's GOLconnections.com. Go ahead and ask for Miss C. Brought to you by Hello Audacity Podcast and debuting this week only on YouTube, Brag Talk Nation, with your host, LaSha Marie.
Hey everyone. I'm too excited. If you catching this now, if you happen to catch it later, I am extremely excited. Y'all don't know, because you know what? Doing this podcast stuff is not for the weak. Can I scream that enough? I'm here with VJ. I'm used to calling you VJ, and I see your name on there. I'm like,
look, and that's why I just tell everybody, just go ahead and call me VJ because, just call me VJ.
Well, I'm so excited. It's a party. It's been a party all day. Okay. So I'm happy to be celebrating this second year in podcasting. The journey was a little painful in the beginning, but anything that you're birthing is. So you just got to weather through the pain. And so that's exactly what I have done. I have not given up. I want to welcome all of the supporters that I have out there. New connections, future partnerships, collaborators, along with the best ones yet, honey. Those haters and the lurkers. Okay. Hey y'all, I'm here. This is the end of my season 2. We are starting season 3 sometime in May. So I'm excited. I mean, because really, I haven't had a problem finding guests. I mean, it's awesome.
That's a blessing. Yes. And good guest at that.
Right. So it is awesome. I'm going to turn it over to you, girl. BJ, go ahead and let them know exactly who you are, because this is my podcasting buddy. She has her own podcast, and that's what we do. We celebrate other women, other people in the industry, so we grow together, because it's enough for all of us.
Oh, yes. And first and foremost, thank you so much, LaSha Marie, for having me on with you today to celebrate this very important, very pivotal moment for you. You work so hard. And before we say anything else, I just want to make sure that you literally pat yourself on the back, because you did that 2 seasons and we're going into the 3rd season. And I don't know how much I'm able to share, but you got so many other things going on as well. And look, I'm not going to pull the curtain back. That's your job to do. So look, you got so many awesome other things going on as well. And I'm so extremely happy and excited for you. So kudos to you for all of your hard work. If nobody else told you today, which I know people did, look, you did that. But guys, my name is Venetia, but you can call me VJ. I am a side hustle strategist, and I am the host of the Very Jaded podcast. You might have seen my name on some couple of other podcasts here recently, but I had to do a little pivoting myself to make sure that things were aligned with me in the best way that they could. But again, I'm so excited to be here with LaSha to celebrate her starting up her 3rd season of the show. So yeah, I mean, hopefully she'll kind of share with us some things that we can.
I want you to tell us what your podcast name is and what you focus on.
Yeah, the Very Jaded podcast. So, okay, guys, a little bit about me, if it's okay. I wear hats too. Oh my gosh, I wear a lot of hats. The first one that I would probably tell you about is I'm a mom of twins, and I still treat them like babies. That's something I'm kind of struggling with right now. But guys, they are 20 years old. So that is a big part of my life, adjusting to my babies becoming young adults, because you can't really treat them like babies no more. And they're not going to let you treat them like babies no
Right. But
Yeah.
I always say, I don't care how old they are. You only get one mama. Okay.
Exactly. Why they don't get that right now, and maybe that's something you can help me with, because they don't get that. But that's the message I'm trying to send them. Like, I'm still your mama. Sometimes it's I'm still your mama, and sometimes it's I'm still your mama.
Right.
Yeah. So I got the twins, and then I shared with you on my podcast. At the age of 39, a few weeks shy of my 40th birthday, I got married for the first time ever. So that, I'm not going to say it's a challenge. It's new. It's great. It's amazing. But there are some things that come along with, being married at 40, when you already have young adult children and you already have a career and you already have side hustles and all these things. And you've introduced this, new person into your life, and it's great. But, there are some interesting things that happen at that time. So definitely talked about that on my podcast as well. Going forward in 2024, the focus of my podcast is family, and the things that us women go through, especially the things that I just described, while we're trying to still wear those hats, while we are still trying to reach our goals and blossom and do all those amazing things, even though we've got a full plate. So that's what the Very Jaded podcast is about. And you come in with your jadedness in terms of, you're exhausted. But we're going to try to turn it around. We definitely try to turn it around.
I actually enjoyed being a guest on your podcast, talking about marriage and the ins and outs. And I remember, and I said I was going to post a little clip or a couple clips, because we was having fun, honey.
We did. We did.
When I have to remind people to always keep it spicy, okay? That you're supposed to be their candy as well, okay? So, I always say that. And we could get so comfortable in something where we forget to kind of show up in a different way. And there's ways that you can do that, even with your busy schedule. And you definitely need to be bringing it if you're 5 years or less.
So. Yeah. And you were preaching to me that day. That's why it was so important for me to have you on. And, even after we ended our broadcast, we stayed on talking for so long because you was just dropping them gems left and right. And I was like, how's she know? How does she know this is how it is, because you've got the time and the experience under your belt, but you really took the time out to pour into me. And I really appreciate it, because honey, some of them things you were saying.
Yeah. It's those of us that get it, but we got it because we messed up. you just
and learn. I will say that I am a person that I can learn through other people's experience. You know how they say experience is the best teacher? It don't have to be my experience. It can be your experience. So if you told me, look, that ain't gonna work, sis. Yeah, I'm gonna hear you. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna hear you.
Awesome. So that was a good podcast. Of course, we want to keep Black marriages lifted, because we don't have that enough, and have open conversations and sharing that it's not always easy. It's not always seamless. And sometimes you're gonna look over at some people and say, I don't like you today. I don't like you this whole year. But that's the putting your shit on the table, as I say it, so that you're relatable. I mean, it happens even when you all this stuff and glam and happiness and pictures on Facebook. Those people also have their own traumas. Almost. Woo, child, let me go right into this short intro.
Yeah.
Now, hey, guys, you have tuned in. I've been adding so many new people, whether you know me you know the podcast, or whether you've never met me before, I want to definitely give you a short intro. Of course, I'm LaSha Marie, from originally from Detroit, but now in Alabama, mom of two. I'm a 20-year HR consultant, two-time best-selling author, strategist, survivor, honey, survivor. Can I say that in bold letters? Survivor and host of Hello Audacity podcast, because I believe everybody should walk in their audacity every day. You gotta give talent, service, or testimony, honey. Let people know who you are, and also dropping tomorrow. Dropping tomorrow is Ragtag Nation, which is a pop culture, TV and movie review, entertainment, lifestyle. So I really get to come out of like this, because of course, on this one, I interview people that are entrepreneurs, and also people with amazing stories. So it's kind of like, you're about business. You're having fun, but you're about business. Right Talk Nation, honey, I'm showing all of this character. Honey, I can put it on the table. I tell it like, because a read is a read.
A read is a read.
A read is a read. I'm going to give you that read. So yes, tune in for that. That's dropping tomorrow. In the chats, I believe I have my link for all of the ways that you can get in touch with me. Not only am I doing that, I am also the founder of the Dream Big Vision Pillow, honey. Woo! So everything that you would put on a vision board, you would put on this pillow, honey. And not just some fancy stuff. You just not in pictures and throwing it on the pillow. Absolutely not. We don't do that. This is your own life mapping. It is your accountability partner, and it comes in 2 sizes. So I love doing the class for that. It motivates people. It gives them, I always tell people, I give you the source. However, I make people realize that you're the source code, but I give you the roadmap in order for you to get it. Okay. So it's an entire experience with me. So click the link that's in the bio. It's to the link tree. It will get you to everywhere you need to go. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, all of my classes of coaches, professional coaching, the Dream Big. This is also my brand, Black Sheep, because my assignment is different, okay? So we want to keep that in mind. We have talents and services, and you're supposed to explore each and every one of those. What dropped today was 2 episodes. One is Amber Viola, veteran and author of. She's sharing her story about her time in the VA. Inspiring. She's doing amazing things. Also, Sam Anderson is a guru. Okay, if you have a business, you have to tune in here. He dropped an hour ago. Honey, when I tune in, the gems, the absolute gems that he is dropping. He is a marketing and media strategist, expert. So you definitely want to tune into that. Of course, I've already talked about Ragtag Nation and my promo video commercial. In the beginning, trust me, we'll take a break. It's like, let me pay for this for us being on here. I'll take a break and go to my sponsor. So that is coming up. I'm loving that I'm doing that. I'm giving you a chance, because everybody has a product or a service, and you want to expand your reach. And doing sponsorships is definitely the way to do it. Okay. And hey, it is cost effective, and I can get it done for you. So it's awesome. And I also recorded, and I've been keeping this a secret, I recorded my first major voiceover commercial for a major CRM company. So as soon as I get the okay to drop that, I definitely will, because I'm so excited. I just wanted to say, if you are also new, please let me know where you're from and what you do. I'm nosy. I want to know because I know that you're wonderful. You on my page, so I know that you have gift, talent. I want to explore. I want you on the show. So tell me exactly what you do. I don't care. There's many of you that do different things. You're a speaker, a coach, an author, brave stories. Hey, testimonies, seasoned
Yes.
entrepreneurs. You may have an organic product, or if you want to just let and inform people and what you have, this is the place to do it. I need you to get your brand out there and more often. And even want some of you, I want to speak to some of you guys that's sitting on gold and scared to walk and making up all excuses. The time is now. Okay, it is now.
Right
So
now. Right now.
yes, I definitely want you to just, spread your wings and do something different. And if you mess up, do it. Do it anyway. Do it scared. Do it afraid. Do it and you don't know. So yes. So I needed to say that. So how long have you been podcasting?
So, oh my goodness. I recorded my first podcast episode in 2017 to 2018. And I'm so glad that you touched on that because guess why I didn't publish them? I was afraid. Oh yeah. But even way back when I was. So I want to say towards the end of 2022, beginning of 2023, I wanted to get clear about some things. It didn't take me that long to get clear. Let's be clear about that. But end of 2022, beginning of 2023, I started really putting my episodes out there. Again, I kind of stepped back a little bit to get clear about some things that I wanted to do with the podcast. Definitely wanted my messaging to be consistent. So here I am again with that. But yeah, like you said, if you're scared, whatever, just do it. Like that's gonna fall by the wayside. But you gotta get out there.
Yeah. I can see the growth in me from the first. I was a hot mess first season. I was, it's a continual learning process. So I did learn some things that I think is kind of funny on my journey, especially these first 2 years, honey. I laugh when I get nervous.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me too.
I did. I did discover that. Ooh, okay. I the ums and ahs are becoming a little less noticeable as well. So it's kind of like I was looking at a coach, and you actually stop so you can make a point. So it's kind of like a speaker's kind of technique that I had to adapt to. However, it's different being on camera, especially when you don't have a host with you and you're just talking to this little dot in the middle of your tablet or your computer.
Yeah.
So it's different. I did also realize that, girl, my eyebrows talk more than my hands. I be in so I was looking at videos and I always look back and I'd be like, oh my God, that nobody told me I had a unibrow.
You do not have a unibrow. Stop it. But we critique ourselves a lot because I was editing a video yesterday and I just stopped because I was like, why the heck am I blinking so much? Right. I was like, oh my goodness. I just felt like I was blinking, blink, 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 blink. And then the software that I use, they say, oh, we've got this feature that helps you to keep your eye contact now. And I said, let me put that on. And it looked like I started blinking even more. So yeah, we'll almost always find something that we notice about ourselves when we are going back looking at our videos and our content.
Yeah.
Completely normal, I think.
Yeah, of course. It's just painful experience. I did find out that I love the word awesome a little bit too much. Awesome. Everything is so awesome. So I was like, wow, I never noticed it before. Podcasting really teaches you, a lot of things about yourself. Are you a good listener? That too. And I realized that I didn't listen as well as I should. So I think it has improved my ability to listen, and it added to my me being more compassionate. I had to adjust to the technology, which is ever changing.
Yes.
Ever changing.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to do it frustrated. I had to do it lopsided because if we're waiting to get something, then we'll never put it out there.
Yeah.
So I just had to learn. I had to do the work. And not make it seem like, okay, just because I'm a 70s vet. That's what my daughter, when I come to her and ask her something, she's just like, Mom, you should get this. You should know this. Then
Kids
she goes,
so
oh.
ruthless, so we can't even listen to them. Like, I really feel like I could have started tuning minds out when they pointed out to me that I was born in the 1900s, but they wasn't even lying. But I was like, you just said what? Yeah, Mom, you were born in the 1900s. So their opinions do not count, if you ask me.
How rude is your very own kids? They just
your
send you
own kids.
Mm-hmm. And I also had to fall in love with speaking on camera. Oh. And I always said that I was a behind the scenes girl. I love speaking events because I actually shine in that kind of environment. I'm in a room with hopeful individuals, people that actually took out their time to see me. So they want to learn something, and I get something from that. Seeing their eyes, it's something amazing about that. So, but on camera, it's like I don't see no eyes. So I had to think about, somebody needs my voice. Somebody needs me to show up for them. And so when I started to think that way, it kind of changed, So yeah, my voice isn't so irritating.
It is at all. Not at all.
Not at all. So, that's a good thing. But we are going to take a small little break, about 35 seconds, and we'll be back for part 2 and the ending.
Scaling in your business means that you have to promote and promote some more. Reaching a wide audience doesn't have to be a painful process, and we're here to help you. Sign up for your sponsored ad today. You provide the product, service, or event that you would like to promote, and we do the rest. Enter and win a sponsor slot today. It's a win-win. It's cost-effective and meets your need. For more information, email helloaudacitypodcast@gmail.com or simply DM us. Brought to you by Hello Audacity Podcast.
Awesome. All right, so trending news. I don't know if you heard or you looked at it. Monica, did you see the story on her?
And the butt pads, the BBL. Oh.
You think they butt pads?
Oh.
I didn't even think about that. I did not think. Okay, so when I read the headline, it said BBL. So I seen the picture of her on the stage, and I said, Monica ain't never had no ass. So I was like,
Lord have mercy.
Hey, Sheree. She's a part of the group, the podcast group.
Oh, yes.
Hey, girl. Hey. Thank you. So, yeah, I saw it and I was like, I said, did she? I said she could. She's in her 40s, living her best life. She could do with it. I mean, it's something when you get this age. You do what you want. You say what you want. You don't care what other people think. It's just like a newfound freedom. So I was thinking, I said, well, did she? So I saw, you said butt pads.
She called it, I think, a booty pad. Look, bleep me out. But yeah, so I saw her response video, and because she held him up on the screen, and I'm like, I love it. I love that she's like so transparent. She's like, look, I tell you guys about my love life, which is a mess. Why wouldn't I tell you about this? And
well, wait a minute. It was I didn't. Maybe I didn't see the whole clip. Wait a minute. Did she lift up some butt pants?
Yeah, the underwear that have them built in. Yeah, that's what they were. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lord, this is not what we do it today. No, this is not what. Okay, so
no shame in her game at all, and I love it.
She said, "I have always been authentic, and I'm not playing with you right now. If I had a BBL, I definitely would do it." But she said, "Would tell you," but she had said that she was on steroids. So I was like, okay, you gain weight on that. So I was thinking, who? She just found her thickness. Go ahead and celebrate that thickness. But I didn't know it was a man.
Yeah, because she said, if I was gonna do that, I would have had the lipo to take the stomach away too. And she didn't really show it, but she pointed to her little pudge, and I loved it. I'm like, I'm so glad that she does that. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. I was trying to give her some hope. I was putting it on meds.
Meds. Yeah.
I did, but it was cute. She's always authentic and have a wonderful heart. So I just had to bring that up. I was like, what? Go ahead, Monica. She finally got an ass. And she don't. She got some pads. When we do this, we often share some of our business. Are you comfortable with sharing as much business as Risa Tisa shared?
As who shared? What kind of business?
You haven't heard of Risa Tisa?
See, I might have been under a rock a little bit. Look, I've been, yeah.
So I don't know who else in the comments.
Oh, is this
yes, the who the fuck did I marry?
Yes. No, I purposely kind of stayed away from that until I could have a little bit more. Like, I was trying to decide if I wanted to spend my time watching that, or if because I didn't want to watch it in little clips. I wanted to be able to invest a little bit more time into it.
Like binge watch it.
Yeah, if I decided to watch it.
Mary Huntsville. I wait till almost a season over.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of, I didn't know the lady's name, but yeah, I do know about it. And I said, it sounds like it could be a little bit controversial. So if I'm going to watch it, let me invest a little bit of time instead of just watching one clip or a couple of clips here and there. So, but what were the highlights, the takeaways for you?
It's a 50-part series, honey, of 20-minute segments. All right. So it's a lot. It's telling her story about the man that she married that was a compulsive, a psychological liar. I mean, he lied about everything. He just lied. I don't know how, was it a couple years she went through this? It wasn't long before they met, before they got married. So she really didn't know him, right? And she I think she was sharing her story because she really wanted to help someone. I don't think she knew it was going to blow up as much as it did, right? But I think, altogether, when I watched the 50-part series, and trust me, if it wasn't for Ragtag Nation, I definitely would not be tuning in for a 50-part series. I'm not going to do that.
And at 20 minutes each, they were about 20. Okay.
Some of the things you kind of speed up because she was a little redundant and she gave recaps and stuff like that. However, my opinion was it's very horrible that she went through. Very, very much life lessons that she's had from enduring that. Trust me, she'll never make that mistake before. But it was telltale signs in everything that she allowed and put. She ignored some red. I mean, the red flags was as big as the mountain in Stone Mountain. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was huge. And she just ignored a lot. But here's the thing. Here's my opinion. Out of that 50-part series, and I understand that she went through a lot and she shared a lot of the things that happened, and that she really didn't know the family that she thought was the family that turned out wasn't his family. It was a whole bunch of lies. But here's the thing. I didn't think it was that deep.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that worse, that much of a horror story. I really didn't. I've heard much worse stories.
You've heard worse. Yeah.
Yes, people with and not knowing that their husbands got babies on the side.
Yeah.
A wife and a couple of girlfriends. I mean, we're not even talking about liars or people putting their name on houses and cars, you know.
Yeah.
And have somebody jump ship. I mean, not being able to get rid of something that they gave you. There are like I'm like, okay, so he lied. You knew it was a bad thing. It did traumatize you, but sis, it could have been much worse.
And to that, you know, with lies, and there's a couple of things, you know, and I'm not gonna get on a soapbox because, like you said a moment ago, one, is very unfortunate that she went through this. As a woman, I'm not going to wish any pain, anything hurtful on any other woman. We already have enough stuff to deal with. But at the same time, like you said, you know, you go through things and, you know, we're so quick to say people lie. And maybe this isn't the best way to word it, but I do feel like the truth, or telling the truth, can be a little bit overrated sometimes, because here's the thing. You have the sense of mind to use your discernment. I don't care what you tell me. You can tell me all day.
Light.
Yeah, if you tell me clear as day, Venetia, my hair is blue. My hair is blue. And I'm looking at it and everything around it says it's red. That's why God gave me the sense of discernment, gave me the knowledge. So even if you try to tell me something, it's not adding up, that's what I'm going to go with. That's just me. Maybe it's not right, but I don't care what somebody tell me. I'm going to use my discernment when it comes to truth or not. Now, if it's your husband, you know, your spouse, maybe you feel like, you know, there is some accountability that they tell you the truth, but people are people. You know, you probably not going to always get that 100% truth. And that's why I feel like you got to use the facts that are around you to come up with not your truth, but come up with what you to believe based on what you see.
But when I tell you he was master manipulator,
it sounds like he might have been pretty good at it.
It was absolutely crazy. He did a lot of stuff that was just so bizarre. Like, you know, going to look for houses that you can't afford. He had, you know, realtors taking her around to see $800,000 houses, saying that he can make a cash payment. And he had nothing in the bank. I mean, not just one time. It was a repeat kind of thing. However, when I tell you, when she started this part 1 and part 2, part 3, I was like, man, I know somebody like that. Could it be them?
Well, that's the other reason I'm not in
documentation. He had documentation.
Okay, well, and so I'm going to say this. What she went through is, you know, it can happen to anyone, but it's also kind of extreme. Most men aren't out here. Most people aren't out here doing what this guy did. And that's not the norm. That is not, you know, the rule in dating and marriage. That one's kind of like the exception. I don't necessarily need to watch a 50-part series to see that and to possibly introduce doubt into my situation. Because, and I saw a little bit of clips, like I watched Kev on Stage, and he made a little joke about it. And he was talking about how his wife Melissa came back and after she watched it, and it was a joke, of course, but he was saying, Babe, like you've known me since high school, but what he was trying to say, it has introduced doubt into her mind. Why am I going to watch that and potentially introduce doubt or questions about my spouse when he's not doing any of that stuff? My spouse not out there saying, okay, let's go look at an $800,000, $900,000 house, and we ain't got the money, the receipts to support that. So I think a little bit of it, and it's entertainment, and I'm sure it's taken to be entertainment, and it's taken to also bring awareness for some people. But if you know it don't really fly, for me, again, I'm just gonna be a little bit cautious about it. So when I watch it,
I actually think it's more people out there like him than not.
You think so? Oh, wow.
Maybe not the extreme of showing her a document that's not real. Yeah. I've been through that before. It is amazing what people will do, the mindsets of people. And that's why when she was sharing her story, I was like, oh, let me call my best friend. Friend. This sounds like somebody we know. It was unbelievable because she did question. She did have this gut feeling. However, he's having conversations around her. He's showing her documentation. So she really fell into that trap of saying, do I really trust him? Am I putting my past relationship issues on him and not really giving him the trust? And maybe he could be the provider that I want, want. Maybe he is telling the truth. And it's unfortunate. Now, mind you, she calls him a legion. She did try to protect everyone's. She was anonymous in every way, but that did not help. Okay, so this one girl and Danny on TikTok actually did some digging up and found him. Honey, people didn't came out the woodworks. He didn't date at all. I mean, they spilling it.
Oh Lord,
it's horrible, honey. And I understand people are really wrong, but they have this need to chase clout and get on this bandwagon to become famous. As also, she was sharing her feelings. Now, mind you, this is her abuser. It was mental and emotional abuse. She went through something. You could actually tell it in her eyes. Okay, so for them to dig her up. Now, Lion Legion is now talking. And so
he done came out and started talking. Ooh,
girl. He's talking, but I know he had given her this kind of like itinerary, but not a ticket to London. Let's just say from the 50-part series, if you look, there are multiple millions of views on each one. So another girl did the math. People counting her coins. Okay. I was like, you're counting the girls' coins? They are estimating from that 50-part series, and I'm not for sure how long she did it over. It's about $300,000. $300,000. Now she has Delta reaching out to her saying, you got a flight on us. She got Hilton reaching out to her and saying, you got to stay on us. I mean, everybody has came out of the woodworks for a story. She was a good storyteller. Yeah. But for a story, I was like, well, man, I definitely heard some worse stories than that. And that's just my opinion. But it's true. It's really true. But she did make some good business moves. She was consistent. Mm-hmm. She had engagement, and she shared her authentic truth. Yes. And people just tuned in. She wasn't, instead of, just a celebrity, internet person before, but she is now. Yes, she definitely is now. People are talking and they saying some really nasty stuff.
I can imagine. The internet is not nice. We are not nice in the comments sometimes, and
absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pray for her healing and for her, being able to, it sounded like it was a much needed release for her, all of the things she went through over this span of, I don't know how many years, but it sounds like it
Yeah,
was.
it wasn't long.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't long at all. She saw the writing on the wall. They got married in one January. By the end of that January, she knew it was. But see, here's the thing: you not only miss red flags, you rushed, and a lot of women are doing that. They're rushing because they want a husband,
Yeah.
not realizing what you're getting with all of that.
Yeah.
Even if the person is paying bills, what other stuff do you have to deal
Yeah.
with along with him contributing, and you're not having to do it all,
Yeah.
so sometimes it's not worth it. And
Oh,
she
yeah. Oh,
discovered
yeah.
it was a rush to marry, but it also brings into picture some insecurities and questioning your self-worth. I know
Mhm.
everybody can say they've ended up in a situation where you really had to think, why am I going through this?
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't cast a good light. You have to put your own shit in the table and say, you know what? Maybe I need to love myself a little bit, more. A lot of people rush into things and they have been with someone that they have regretted even saying hello to.
Yeah.
And that's reality. But yeah, I'm glad that Reese Tisa got her flight to London, and she is just exploring. It's good. It really blew up. A lot of people are talking. So and
Yeah.
I watched it over the course of a night that I couldn't
Oh,
sleep.
okay.
I
Okay.
couldn't. Yeah, and so I finished it in 2 days. But trust me when I say it was only for Rag Talk Nation, honey.
Yeah, it was for research purposes, right?
Right. It's for the coins, so
Yeah.
I can make my coins. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm glad that she got an opportunity to tell her story and to get that out, because sometimes we can be holding stuff in, and it's just a release and a healing to be able to get it out. And maybe it does help somebody out there who could potentially be going through something similar and might be in the very early stages of it. It could potentially help them. So,
Mhm.
everything is not bad, and everything is not, I'm not going to say 100, everything isn't for everybody, but it sounds like it was right on time for her.
Yeah, it was. She needed I think she needed to get away because, as I said, I don't think she thought that it was going to blow up the way that it did. So I'm hoping that she stays safe, that he stays
Yeah.
in his little corner and such. But lastly, I want to encourage anyone that is looking to start a business. Now, a lot of people don't make it a priority to find a mentor, to get under a coach. And I know coaches, cost money. And before y'all go be up in my DMs just a little bit more, honey, I've spent out of the woosah for a speaking coach, for a design coach, because when I was an event designer for a long time. This time I'm very, very strategic on who I'm
Mhm.
being aligned with. You definitely want a coach, but you want to make sure that you're in the right stage for a coach, that you're actually doing the legwork yourself in the beginning, and so that you can grow to afford that coach. A lot of people waste a lot of money in the very beginning of this process. So I do say get a coach, but that doesn't mean that I already have mine. Don't be in my. I wish you luck. It just won't be me. Um,
You were so funny.
I know exactly who I've got. Girl, I gotta put these coins in other places, and that's what you
Hmm.
do. You make sure you prioritize, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But it's good. 2 years, and each year I have gotten better.
Each day,
I
each
love it.
year, each day. Yes, I love it.
Thank you for joining me, being a part of this celebration.
Anytime.
Thank you so much. I know this is the first of many collaborations in the future. Thank you, everyone that has tuned in, supported me, shared, clicked like, subscribed on everywhere. I know I get on y'all nerves. I'm gonna keep getting on your nerves.
No,
I
you
ain't gonna
don't.
stay out your face. You're gonna hear my voice because I have a purpose. So, of course, the link is below. Go ahead, do me a favor, click like, share, follow, and subscribe. Hello Audacity Podcast on YouTube and Facebook, and also Rag Talk Nation. Please, I want you guys to know that you have the right to walk in your ultimate audacity. You have the power in you to share your gift, your talent, and actually build other people up as well. It's been awesome. Thank you. Bye, guys. Until later.
Later.
Bye.